What's up, guys? Moving on to 1990, a year that had so many cool figures, and this here is one of them. I feel like this is one of those love or hate figures. You kind of know the history of them, and you have a little appreciation for them. But here we go, guys. This is the only version that is in this book. The only version that I saw, the brickback, the 31 back card. It notes the yellow new Starburst up on top of the card, so I don't know if there's a white version, but I didn't see any. But if you have one, definitely let me know down in the comments, and we'll all make note of it. Moving on to a super popular figure, we've got Mondo Gecko. And for the variations on this figure, I want to go ahead and throw it to the Turtle Dude.
Hi everyone, this is the Turtle Dude. So let's dive in and check out the two variants of Mondo Gecko from 1990. Starting with the most common variant, we have the red knee spike Mondo Gecko with the blue eyebrows. If you look closely, you can also see that the eyelid is black. And looking at the eye, you can see that it has a black eye with a blue pupil. If you look at the tail, you also see that it has a blue tail skate. So a lot of people just call this version the red knee variant. Again, this is the most common variant of Mondo Gecko. And looking at the back, you also see a picture of Mondo Gecko with the blue eyebrows and the blue tail skate. Moving on to the rarest variant of Mondo Gecko, we have the green knee variant with the green unpainted eyebrows. If you look closely, you can also see the blue eyelid, and the pupil of the eye is blue. Looking at the tail, you can see that the tail skate is green and unpainted. So the knee spike, eyebrows, and tail skate are all unpainted and green. So this variant here, again, is by far the rarest variant. If you do come across it, definitely snatch it up. And there you have it, the two different variants of Mondo Gecko. Definitely a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, if you can get your hands on that green knee variant, count yourself lucky, because it is much harder to come by than the red knee variant.
Thank you for that, Turtle Dude. I got a feeling we'll be seeing you again in this video. But up next, we've got Napoleon Bonafrog. We've got a couple versions for this guy. We got the figure variant with a pink piece medallion and the light skin. We've got the figure variant with the pink piece medallion and the dark skin. And then the figure variant with the green piece medallion and light skin again. But it's a 37 back. And let's go ahead and show you. All right, so here we've got the light version and the dark version. As you can see, light version light version regular green medallion, and we've got the dark version with the pink medallion. I know, guys, a lot to keep up with this guy, but I got one on card here, and let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This is the dark variant pink medallion. Super cool to have this one. Again, got this from D-Rob Gaming. Thanks again. Up next, we've got PandaCon. All right, so this one here is pretty well known for his two variants. You've got the 37 back with the gray face, and then you have another version with the white face. So if you're collecting this guy, you're going to need one gray face and one white face. So yeah. This is one that I do need on card, so sorry about that, guys. Couldn't show that one off. All right, guys, here is the figure. These Ray fillets have been shrouded in mystery for long enough. Is there 4 versions, 5 versions? Now, maybe a 6th. So let's go ahead, throw it back to the Turtle Dude and see what he's got.
So these are the 5 variants of Ray fillet that I have in my collection. I'm still on the hunt for the 6th and final variant. Starting with the original variant of Ray fillet, we have the yellow chest and blue V non-color changing Ray fillet on a non-color changing Ray fillet card. Being the original, it is pretty straightforward. You also see the non-color changing Ray Flake file card. Moving on to the color changing Ray Fillet with the purple chest and red V. You see the color changing Ray Fillet card and notate the starburst. On the back of the card, you have the color changing Ray Fillet file card, and you also see a picture of Ray Fillet in water. So these two variants of Ray Fillet are definitely the most common variants. Moving on to a much more rare variant, we have the red chest purple V color changing Ray Fillet on a color changing Ray Fillet card with a starburst. You also see the color changing Ray Fillet file card, and you see a picture of Ray Fillet in water. Moving on to some of the most rare variants of Ray Fillet, we have the non-color changing Ray Fillet with the yellow chest and blue V on a color changing Ray Fillet card with no starburst. Very similar to the sought after metalhead with no starburst. On the back of the card, you see the color changing Ray Fillet file card, but you don't see any picture of Ray Fillet in water. Moving on to another very rare variant of Ray Fillet, we have the red chest purple V color changing Ray Fillet on a color changing Ray Fillet card. Again, no starburst. On the back, you have the color changing Ray Fillet file card and no picture of Ray Fillet in water. So this variant here and this variant here are definitely the two rarest variants that I've come across. You have the, again, non-color changing Ray Fillet on a color changing Ray Fillet card with no starburst, and the red chest purple V color changing Ray Fillet on the color changing card with no starburst. Again, on both of these cards, there's no picture of Ray Fillet in water. The variant that I'm still on the hunt for looks very similar to this one. It's just the purple chest red V color changing Ray Fillet. It is on a color changing Ray Fillet card with no starburst. So it's very similar to this, just has the colors flip-flopped. So if you can come across or get your hands on any of these variants here, potential future grails here, very hard to come by, at least in my experience. And yeah, these are the different variants of Ray Fillet. So that's what's so cool about Ray Fillet is it's kind of like 31 flavors of Ray Fillet. There's always something to collect. And again, that's what makes collecting TMNT so fun. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Hopefully you've learned a little bit and have a better idea of what you're looking for when you're on the hunt for Ray Fillet. But yeah, if you can get your hands on any of these variants here with the no starburst on a color changing Ray Fillet card, and Ray Fillet, there's no picture of Ray Fillet in water. Definitely grab it, and again, you could be holding on to a future grail. Thanks again. Back to you, Shellback.
Thank you again, Turtle Dude, for passing on that knowledge. That was incredible. I love seeing all those variants. All right, guys, one of my favorite figures is up next. We've got Wingnut and Screw Loose. Here's the original 28 back. We got the re-release with the green turtles on it, and then the 2012 release. Here is that original 28 back release. I had to have this one on card. Like I said, just one of my all-time favorite figures. Yeah, this one I definitely had as a kid and played with this guy more than any other figure probably. But yeah, guys, that is Wingnut and Screw Loose. Moving on, let's see, who do we have coming up? It is none other than Muckman and Joe Eyeball, an absolute banger of a figure. Man, 1990 has some, now I'm going through this, they had some awesome figures. Here is the 28 back, and that is what I've got right here. Let's just bask in the glory of this beautiful figure and card. This card actually made my #1 slot on favorite card backs. Man, this guy is just incredible. He's got it all. Now, I don't know of any variants for this guy. He's pretty much standard, but I did hear of a 44 back for this guy. So if you have one of those, let me know. Up next, we've got Mutagen Man. Man, this 1990 line just has so many cool figures, man. Another one that is like tops on my list. Mutagen Man is just one of those figures, man. I had to have the Super 7 version. All right, guys, so for this one, okay, we've got the original, we've got the 37 back, and then for this one, there is a 44 back. So there's a lot of figures here that does have the 44 back, which leads me to believe that Muckman might have had one, but I haven't seen one. I've heard of it. But up next, we've got Pizza Face. This guy is pretty well known for his variant. Obviously, right there is the white knife version. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, here on the left, the 39 back, there is a white knife on his apron, and then on the right, it is a green painted knife on the apron. So those are the two different versions of Pizza Face. Pretty sought after. Up next, another banger. We've got Scumbug. A little bit underrated in my opinion. But this guy right here, we've got the 28 back. So this one, there is a green boot version right there on the left, and then on the right there is the black boot version. So this one does have a specific variant there. We've got the green boot like I'm showing right there, and then the black boot variant, which is pretty cool. I don't have one. I wish I could show you, but I did also hear that, I don't know if this is really such a big deal, but some of the packs come with 4 bugs, and then some come with 5. This next one, though, guys, holy moly, it is Slash, everyone's favorite villain from Dimension X. All right, so starting off, we've got the black belt, yellow S. Then moving to the right, we've got the purple belt with the red S. And then we have a 31 back with the purple belt and the yellow S. And, of course, the 2009 re-release. But here is the black belt Slash up here. But yeah, this guy here, these purple, okay, here, let me show you. Here's the purple belt with the red S that I was talking about. And then the purple belt with the yellow S is right here. Now, those figures down there showed all mustard bellies, but that one right there I also showed you is the very sought after yellow belly. So yeah, there is definitely a couple different versions for this guy. So go check see which one you got. Black belt, purple belt with the red S, purple belt with the yellow S, and definitely let me know down in the comments which one of these Slashes you have in your collection. All right, guys, up next is the infamous, mostly broken tail every time you find him, Triceraton. Here he is on the 31 back. I don't personally know of any variants or any other versions of this guy, but if I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments. I'm sure I've made a mistake somewhere along the way. I usually do. And that freaking little weapon came out of a little spot. I'm gonna try and get that back in there. All right, but yes, here is that Triceraton. This is actually one of the first mocks I picked up when I started recollecting back in 2021, maybe? I don't know. All right, up next, we've got Leo, the Sewer Samurai, one of my least favorite figures. Oh, God, did I say that out loud? All right, here is the 44 back. I don't know why they sometimes put a random foreign release picture in there, but yes, this is the 44 back, and here is my card back here, so let's take a look at it. Not too shabby. I got a couple bends up there. And no other versions or variants of this guy that I know of. Again, if I'm wrong, let me know. Here is Dawn, the Undercover Turtle. A very, very big part of my childhood. I feel like everybody had this guy as a kid. All right, so we've got the variation with the new in white, the starburst there on the left, and then we have another 44 back with the variation card with the new in yellow, and then we have the KB re-release of this guy, and kind of makes me wonder. I wonder if there's a KB release for some other figures that I missed. I'm gonna have to check that. All right, well, I went back, checked a couple. I didn't see any, but here is Raph, the Space Cadet. We've got the 44 back, and just like Dawn, the Undercover Dawn, we have a version with the new in white, and then we have a new in yellow. All right, so there is a variant on the card back, and I don't think I know of any variants for the figure itself. So that is Raph, the Space Cadet. Up next, we've got Mike, the Sewer Surfer, one of the crowd's favorite figures. I don't know why, but no, I actually kind of like this figure now, kind of. But we've got the 44 back, two versions, same thing with the last two, new in white and new in yellow. Up next, we've got the Sword, Slice, and Leo, wacky action. I covered some of these in my last video. We've got the dark black shell and the light black shell. And then for Creepy Crawlin' Splinter, not too much going on with this guy. We've got the regular 1990 release, and again, a random foreign release picture in there. So there are foreign releases if you were interested. Here is Slice and Dice Shredder, just the one version for this guy, 1990. Not sure why I keep saying 1990, because this whole video is on 1990. Here is a super abbreviated list of his accessories, and that picture is not doing him any justice because there's a lot of accessories missing from that picture. Well, well, well. Donatello with storage shell. We've got the original 44 back, colored belt, and a figure here that I've covered here numerous times, the 1994 black belt reissue of all the storage shells, one of my all-time favorite variants. And don't forget about that 2023 re-release that they just did on these guys. But yeah, absolutely love these figures. The storage shells just themselves are super cool. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for 1990 versions and variants. Huge thank you to the Turtle Dude for those video submissions on those variants. Man, couldn't have done it without you. Thank you again. And if you guys have any versions or variants that I didn't mention, please drop that down in the comments. I don't know everything, and sometimes I forget stuff that I used to know. So please let me know if I forgot something. Thanks again, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Later.